Hey guys, what is up? It's Juicy Gamers here, bringing you a Heroes of the Storm guide over the newest hero, Valeera. First off, we're going to go over her abilities. Her ability is going to be Q, Sinister Strike, where you dash forward, hitting all enemies in the line for 110. If you hit a hero, Valeera will stop immediately, and the cooldown is reduced to 1 second. So essentially, you can spam the crap out of this as long as you keep landing on a hero. Your W ability is going to be Blade Flurry, where in a short or small area around you, you're going to be doing 130 damage. Excuse me, and it awards 1 combo point. Sinister Strike will also award a combo point upon hitting a hero. Eviscerate is the way you spin the combo points gained through Sinister Strike and Blade Flurry. It's just a high damage burst that you get after getting all those. And her trait is Vanish, where she can vanish just from sight, become stealth, increasing her movement speed. And for the first second, like Cimero, he's unrevealable and can pass. She is unrevealable rather, and can pass through other units. And she gets a different set of abilities while she's stealth. I mean, it's not going to give you the tooltip here; it just gives you a brief explanation. But ambush, you do like a pretty high output damage, probably equivalent to like the 2-point eviscerate. So pretty high, but you should never open with ambush. It doesn't help you in the long run. Eviscerate or Blade Flurries alternative is Cheap Shot, where you do a much smaller fraction of damage, like very, very small, but you stun the enemy for 1.5 seconds. It's pretty nice if you're trying to interrupt someone's ult before they get it, but other than that, you shouldn't really use it. It even Eviscerate's alternative is Garrote, where you silence and damage an enemy over time, which will also interrupt ultimates, as I think about it now. So I always open up with Garrote. It does like an initial damage probably equivalent to the Eviscerate's 1 point. And so it does initial damage, and then it does like the even more damage, like triple damage over 7 seconds. So it puts a nice little bleed up on them. But they're also silenced for 2 seconds after opening up out of stealth. So it's incredible for taking out any mage, or anybody for that matter. Because I personally know whenever I get silenced by either Valeera or Medivh, I freak out. I've tried smashing buttons, trying to use my escapes and stuff, and it just doesn't work, and I end up dying because I'm freaking out. Heroics, she's got Smoke Bomb, where she drops in like a two radius around her. Cloud of smoke while she's in the smoke. She's unrevealable, and you can pass through other units, kind of like the initial part of her Vanish, the initial second of her Vanish. But she also gains 25 armor, which reduces the damage taken by 25%, and she can still attack and use her abilities without being revealed. Pretty overpowered, but it's also, like I said, it's in a smallish area, but it's a decent sized area, but people, usually when they see it in games, will run away from the smoke bomb. So the best way to drop your smoke bomb is as soon as the fight's like going hard and they can't really back out, otherwise they'll lose the fight for sure. So you should best drop that, because they can't target you in there. The only way they can do damage is by AoE damage or skill shots. And even then, it's pretty hard to hit you in the smoke bomb. The alternative heroic is going to be Cloak of Shadows. Essentially, you become unstoppable for a second, and you gain a lot of spell armor for that second. I personally never taken it. I don't like the sound of it. It may have a short cooldown, but how often, it's going to be really hard for you to time getting hit by a spell while in combat trying to do your own damage. So it's just a lot easier to just risk it with the smoke bomb and just take 25 reduced damage while in it for 5 seconds instead of 75 over 1 second. I mean, the cooldown balances out that you'd have it longer, but it's just way too hard to time it. We're just going to go over my favorite build, talent-wise, with her. I always go with Subtlety, where you remain Vanish for 4 seconds, and then you use one of the openers out of Vanish. You regenerate 50 energy over 5 seconds. So 10 a second. It's really nice, because you have that extra energy coming in really fast to spam your Sinister Strike and get your burst damage up there. Excuse me. I always take Subtlety. The alternative is Crippling Poison, where you slow them down when you use an ability after activating that. I always take a 4 Relentless Strike, where it reduces the cost, so you can use your Sinister Strike way more often and not have to be held back by the energy cost of it. At 7, I will always go with Slice and Dice. Because if your enemy's not already dead after eviscerating them, after your Sinister Strike, your Blade Flurry, and your opener into Eviscerate, if they're not already dead, you land those 3 attacks so extremely fast that they will die to those 3 basic attacks. Almost fail safe, unless you're attacking a tank. At 10, always Smoke Bomb. Then I don't ever take Cloak of Shadows. Always Smoke Bomb. It's just too good. You just have to know, and it'll come with practice, but you will know the best time to drop Smoke Bomb and when not. And do not be afraid to drop your Smoke Bomb to escape. Can't tell you how many times I've escaped dropping Smoke Bomb, running around in a little bit until my cooldown for Vanish is back up, and then vanishing away, or Sinister Strike vanishing away. They never see it coming because they expect you to fight during it. At 13, I will always take Strangle because it reduces ability damage they will deal. If they're not already dead and they somehow manage to kill you, or their team turns on you and kills you, they'll do reduced damage for the next 5 seconds after the silence wears off. So it's pretty nice. Otherwise, I'll take Elusiveness. So I don't always take Strangle, I guess, but because this extra 10 movement speed is really nice for chasing people down or even running away yourself. At 16, I will take either Thistle Tea. To activate that to get an extra 100 energy, it's really nice to land even more Sinister Strikes in a row. Or Seal Fate. Seal Fate's really nice because it plays in. They have to be silenced, rooted, or stunned for it to work. But if you open up with Garrote like you're supposed to every time, your next Sinister Strike will do 50% more damage and generate an additional combo point. So you can open up with your Garrote, Sinister Strike, Eviscerate, and then start your rotation of Sinister Strike and Blade Flurry again. And you'll have your burst just goes through the roof with that. And at 20, I will usually either take Adrenaline Rush, where you get even more energy when you're in your Smoke Bomb, but still that relies on you landing your Smoke Bombs. But if you do land your Smoke Bomb perfectly, then it's insane how much energy you get back and how much burst you can get in it. Either that or I take Night Slayer if they have like a really volatile mage, like KT or Ming or Chromie, who will do a lot of damage really fast, because essentially you can vanish every 5 seconds. The cooldown on Vanish is 8 seconds, so you can vanish every 5, and if you open up with Garrote every time, there's silence for 2, so there's 3 seconds of downtime where they can cast. If you vanish and Garrote them again quick enough, they can barely cast if they're not already dead by that point. Even if you do kill them, you can go and Garrote another person. They kind of counteracts your 1 talent, but your 1 talent is really nice for opening up. Anyway, that's the talent build I got for ability overview. That's all I got for. If you stayed this long, I appreciate you. I hope you enjoy this build. If you have any questions, drop in the comment below. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. Stay juicy.